When you're looking for gift ideas, you'll save time with one-stop shopping at True Value hardware stores. You'll find kitchen gifts like this caramel corner, the easy, fun way to...
Matter of fact, it's going to come here tomorrow, and Bob Kevin says we don't have winter-like weather.
No. Winter will arrive at 10:54 tomorrow night. So even winter's coming a little late this year, but the temperatures are more like spring. Right now it's 20 degrees. That's our reading at the airport, 26 downtown. Humidity is 77% with the winds coming in from the northwest at 6. The barometer reads 30.07. Highest reading in Rockford today was 32. Low last night was 24. Normally, we should reach a daytime high, 32 degrees this time of the year, and the sun will be on the rise at 7:22 tomorrow morning. There's some snowstorms tonight on the west coast, along with some heavy rain that's falling out that way, and a couple of inches has fallen already tonight after about 4 inches this afternoon. On the east coast, it's the same story. There's some rain at the lower elevations, but snow primarily 2 to 4 inches throughout that area. And that snow in the Great Lakes continues. Tonight it'll go into the early morning hours. Look at the central part of the country. It's nice. Now let's take a look at our color satellite picture. More rain along the west coast and the lower elevation of the Rockies. Also snow inland to Montana under that cloud cover with tops of 14,000 feet. And there's snow cover over the Great Lakes tonight with northeast winds. Also in the northeastern states, there's snow extending south down to Virginia with tops there on the clouds of 10,000 feet. So as you could see, the cloud cover was across most of the northern half of the country. Now, see this storm here? This is the storm that is causing some disturbance back in the atmosphere, but look at the buildup of warm air that is extending all this way northward into eastern Montana. This warmer air will be moving across the country tonight, giving us 40-degree temperatures, not tomorrow, but the day after, and light precipitation amounts. In fact, for the next 10 days, we can expect temperatures to be about normal with near normal amounts of precipitation. And it looks like it's going to come in the form of rain. Now at 10 p.m., let's take a look at northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Clear and cold right now. Winds mostly out of the north at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Madison is reporting in with the coldest temperature of 15 degrees. Chicago has 31, and it's 23 degrees over in Freeport. But Kingsville, Texas had the nation's high. See that reading? 79 degrees. Look at War Road, Minnesota, with a temperature reading of 2 degrees below zero for the nation's low. Now, let's take a look at our forecast for the rest of tonight. It's going to be clear, cold. We'll be dropping down to an overnight low of 15 degrees. Tomorrow with sunshine, though, we'll recover up to 37. Gee, it's like spring. Then on Wednesday, cloudy, a little windy, and a high of 40 degrees. Thursday and Friday, it's going to be warmer with temperatures near 40. That's Christmas Eve, you know, Friday. And then on Saturday, it looks like rain, Christmas Day. 15 tonight, 37 tomorrow. Right now, it's 20 degrees.
I guess those people that have to do their last-minute shopping will have nice, mild weather to do it in.
In rubber boots.
All right, thanks. Bruce.
Underlying concerns over the exact health of the economy led Wall Street into a minor tailspin today. The resulting Dow Jones Industrial slipped to the 1,005 level.
And now, a sizzling message from Burger King.
In this commercial, Burger King promises not to say anything to make you hungry. Not a single delicious word. We just had to tell you one simple thing. In a coast-to-coast survey, nearly 2 out of 3 people chose broiling over frying. Burger King broils, McDonald's or Wendy's fry. That's it, the whole commercial. And not once did we say, "Aren't you hungry for Burger King now?"
Tomorrow night on WTVO, starting at 7, a gunfighter just released from prison arrives at the orphanage to retrieve his young son on Father Murphy. Then at 8, Gavilan has a plan to stop a corporation's illegal whaling operation by meeting with the chairman of the board on a tropical island on Gavilan. At 9, 2 mental patients who occasionally fancy themselves to be birds tell the psychiatrist they're ready to face the outside world on St. Elsewhere. Tomorrow night on WTVO.
The elderly members of Rockford's Brightside Center, located at Emmanuel Lutheran Church, were treated to an old-fashioned Christmas dinner today. This is the 4th time workers at Denny's restaurant volunteered their time and efforts and their money from tips, bake sales, even a car wash or two so they could buy gifts for 45 people. 16 workers started at 8 o'clock this morning preparing a baked chicken with all the good holiday stuff to go with it. Well, we talked about Steve Garvey at 6 o'clock, and Dick, he's finally decided who he's going to play for next year.
I think he has. He hasn't come out and said who he's going to play for yet, but we know. we got him nailed. A source close to the San Diego Padres says free agent first baseman Steve Garvey will sign a contract tonight with the Padres for an estimated $6.5 million. And in auto racing, 3-time Indy 500 winner Bobby Unser announced his retirement today, calling it the hardest decision he's ever had to make. Unser, who did not defend his title in this year's Indy 500, recently said he intended to return to auto racing in 1983. Unser added that his family wanted him to give racing up, so he did. His greatest year was in 1974 when he won 4 races and finished in the top 10 in 12 outings. Bob Unser retires from auto racing. Well, Chicago Bears place kicker John Rovetto was placed on waivers today. He was replaced by former Bear kicker Bob Thomas. Rovetto missed 3 field goals in yesterday's Bears' 10-7 loss to the St. Louis Cardinals. He's threatening legal action against the Bears because he says they have made him play hurt the past 3 weeks. In college basketball action tonight at the Metro Center, Northern Illinois took on the Wisconsin Badgers. The final, Wisconsin defeated Northern Illinois 55-58. Taking a look at some of the highlights. Huskies ball, number 42, Bob Thomas, top of the key, feeds 6'10", Ron Linsport under the basket. Great move by Ron, 2 points, NIU. Here's Thomas with the ball, goes around the horn. Brad Waller sets a great pick for Thomas, who gets loose under the basket. Dillon on the bounce pass, 2 points for Thomas and the Huskies. The Huskies looking good. Linsport muscles for 2. This guy can really muscle. Next time down the court, he muscles for 2 more. And look at the other end. He works the rebound. The long length of the court pass to Waller. He's in for 2 points as Blackwell is called for goaltending. Carl Armato out of Boylan puts up a shot, no good. Number 30, Corey Blackwell takes the rebound. And look at this. He get down the length of the court and the stufferoo. And the Husky explains just how that happened. He put it in and how he did it. The final, once again, NIU suffers a close one, 58-55 loss to Wisconsin. And Rockford College tonight was a winner. They defeated Elmhurst 81-73 in that game. Calvin Tenbor, 30 points for the Regents. 3rd time this year he has scored more than 30 points. And in the NFL game tonight, it's a wild one. I'll tell you, at halftime, Cincinnati was leading 24-17. Now in the 3rd, it's San Diego 40, Cincinnati 27. And by the end of the night, it could be 193. Who knows? That is a wild game.
It sure is. Thank you very much, Dick.
Okay, yeah.
Free cheese in Winnebago County starting tomorrow. It's government surplus and will be handed out by the Human Resources Department of the City of Rockford. That cheese will be distributed to income-eligible persons who should bring identification with proof of address, with your zip code and proof of household income. People will be served only at the site in their zip code area. Ann and I will be back with some closing items right after this.
Senses listen as Amarita speaks. Golden brilliance captured in a glass. Savor the essence of almond. It will stir your emotions. And the taste? The taste of romance.
Undeniably romantic.
Unmistakably Amarita. Amarita Amaretto. The taste of romance.
Bottled by Marsal Company, Chicago, Illinois. Sole Agents, USA.
Hello? Somebody out there? E.T.? Video game?
Only from Atari, the video game that lets your family help E.T. get home. But only if you have an Atari video game system at home.
If it's Atari, it's at Woolworth. They've got it at Woolworth in Beloit.
It's all new and only at Ackerman's Magnavision LaserVision Video Displayer. Look at the many programs available, all your favorite movies and music, and Magnavision stereo. Sound that turns your living room into a concert hall. Wireless remote control makes special effects just a touch away. See the new Magnavision now, and for Rockford's largest selection of laser discs, Ackerman's 7830 North 2nd, Rockford's only video sales and service headquarters.
Figures released show that more people are dying on roadways in northwest Illinois than throughout the rest of the state. But as Dennis Horton reports, authorities have no definite explanation.
In the past 2 days, 7 people died in traffic accidents in northwest Illinois, 5 people in Boone County. That accident was described by the Boone County coroner as possibly the worst ever to occur there. 2 cars were involved, and 2 18-year-old Rock Falls women were killed Saturday in a 1-car accident there. Not including the deaths this past weekend, according to state police figures, the number of traffic fatalities in northwestern Illinois in the past 11 months do not show the same downward trend that the state shows as a whole. Since January 1st, there have been 183 fewer people killed than for the same period in 1981. But in District 16, which covers Boone, Winnebago, Stevenson, and Joe Davis counties, until Saturday there had only been 1 less fatality than a year ago, 52. But now the total number of people killed to date stands at 58. Trooper Robert Wells of the state police says there is no common denominator to explain the area's death toll.
And they're happening at all times of day, in all kinds of weather, involving all ages and types of people. The one thing that we can point at is the fact that they all seem to be happening to a large extent on some of the better traveled blacktops out around the cities and in the major cities. There are very few of those fatalities that are actually happening on the wide open 55-mile-an-hour state routes.
Wells says, unlike the concerted effort to reduce the number of drunks on the highways, there is no grand plan to control traffic on back roads. He says all they can do for the time being is to, when possible, increase patrols there. Dennis Horton, NEWSWATCH 17.
Princess Diana generated a few laughs today at the christening of a ship in England. You may remember when Mrs. Harry Truman had so much trouble with breaking the bottle of champagne. Well, Bonnie Prince Charlie came to the rescue.
Really delighted that my wife has been able to come as well, because launching or christening of boats must be done by ladies. It happened, I think it was to Mrs. Truman or Mrs. Roosevelt before the last war, when she tried to launch an aeroplane of all unlikely things, and was last seen hammering at the nose of the boat, the bottle unable to break.
The distributor of the Baby Darling doll blames the wrong speed for the gruesome message the talking doll has been making to some little girls. The doll, when its string has been pulled, has uttered, "Kill Mommy." But the manufacturer says that should be "Kim loves Mommy." He says a new battery speeds up the message. And now we're going to get a weather message from Bob Kevern. Bob?
There's warm air moving across the country tonight. We'll feel it beginning tomorrow with temperatures up to 37 degrees. Tonight, going to be clear and cold. Look for an overnight low of 15, then sunshine and up to 37 for a daytime high tomorrow. The southerly winds will continue to flow into Rockford so that by Wednesday, we'll have 40 degrees for a daytime high. On Christmas Eve, look for it to be a little warmer. Daytime highs around 40, and on Christmas Day, it looks like some rain. Right now, it's 20 degrees.
And in brief, no drinks for the Rockford Swim Club. Congress dilly-dallies with that 5-cent increase in the gasoline tax.
And the government presses for the cleanup of over 400 toxic waste sites in the country, 11 of them in Illinois. Wisconsin defeats NIU 58-55 at the Metro Center. And vacationers south of the border saw their money stretched today. The battered peso fell to an all-time low of 150 to $1. That's it until tomorrow at 5. Good night.
Good night.
NEWSWATCH 17 is a presentation of WTVO Television.